Alright, there we go. I got even more. Yeah, I got bronze medal just by collecting pets. Okay, that's good. But anyway. Hello and welcome back to my channel, FarmerWarden here, and today we are recording the second episode of the farming series. In the first episode we got ourselves all the way to farming level 45, which was really nice of course, and we also got ourselves cultivating on the fungi cutter. The one thing that I don't have on the fungi cutter now is going to be the recom as well as the gemstone slots, which is something that we'll hopefully get this episode. So the goals for this episode are going to be a little interesting. So I'm going to go for at least cultivating 8, and if it doesn't take too long to get to cultivating 8, I might go for 9, but we'll see what happens there. As far as progress goals go, let's go ahead and see what level garden we are. I think we left off at level 12, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we're at level 12. I'm 20% of the way there to level 13. So the goal for this episode is going to be get to garden 13, which is a bit of a bigger goal compared to the last episode, I know. And no matter how much XP that gets us, that's the farming milestone that we're going to go to. And by the way, I'm getting a lot of copper from doing all of these visitors, a copper that I'm probably going to go ahead and spend on something like a green thumb enchant or a dedication 1 enchant, because green thumb enchant is something that I will need in the future no matter what, and it does actually sell for quite a bit of money as well, so that's nice. But we'll see how it goes. I think I might be able to get all 64 of the green thumb enchants just from buying them in the Skymart shop using copper, of course. Oh wait, that's actually interesting. So coins per copper, it actually shows how much copper it gives per coin, and it's green thumb is actually the best one, so I might have to use green thumb for money, but we'll see how things go. The stopwatch is sitting at 4 hours and 41 minutes as I mentioned in the last video, so we'll just go off from there and see how long it takes for us to get to garden 13. And again, as I said, it doesn't matter how much XP I get from it, as far as I get to garden 13, that's all I care about. Now we ended up last episode at 2% of the way there to farming 46. I am now at 4.5% because I just did some pests. But yeah, that's as far as that goes. I'm gonna just go ahead and spawn here. And by the way, if you guys are wondering what my yaw and what my angle is or whatever, here it is. So you can just like take a look at the left side of the screen. I will probably zoom in for you guys so you can see it. But yeah, that is as far as that goes. I will go ahead and just get into farming. Alright, first update of the video. This is actually pretty insane because the timer is sitting at 7 hours and 40 minutes. That means 3 hours of farming have gone by since the last clip, so that is pretty insane. One thing that I do want to mention is the fact that backpack 14 is specified to farming items, and as you can see, I have quite a few fermentos to sell. So let's go ahead and sell those first before I do anything. And then I also got myself a burrowing spores, which is a very rare drop that you get from farming mushrooms, so that's pretty cool. And then I got all of these items from the visitors, the dung, biofuel, pet cake, whatever. So the things that I have to sell to auction house, I will just keep them here for now, but the rest of the items I can probably sell to bazaar pretty easily if I just set up a buy or sell order for this, and then the rest of them I just insta sell because I don't want to wait for the sell orders to fill. I don't really care. Let's go ahead and insta sell the burrowing spores and then the pet cake as well. I don't think I can insta sell. I just have to put on a sell order. Okay, that's fine. As for the mushrooms, we also have 2.3 million for the mushrooms. I also went ahead and reset my purse to where it was before. So in the last episode, we left off at around 2.5 million coins purse, and then I gained all of this while farming. So I was doing visitors and I was farming and doing pests, and that got me all the way to 12 million coins. Now, let's see what we need for the visitors right now. We need like 3 of these. And I'm also, by the way, I forgot to mention this. This is the reason why I'm doing the update anyway. I'm also almost at farming 46 and getting from farming 45 to 46 to 3 hours, which is pretty interesting because I actually get a feeling for how it's like now when therapy is not mayor. Let's go ahead and see what the rest of the visitors want. 271 of these. Let's go ahead and buy that. 3 enchanted cookies, which I already have, it seems like, because I got the pests, and then Orengo has wheat, which I already have, and this guy needs 3 more enchanted baked potatoes. Let's go ahead and buy that. It's pretty easy. All right, there we go, and let's go ahead and just give it to all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there we go. We are at farming level 46 officially. In terms of garden progression, we are 36% of the way there. We were at 20%. We're now at 36%. I've only progressed like 16%, which isn't great, obviously. So this is going to be a long episode for sure. But in terms of cultivating, I am at cultivating 7. So I'm pretty close to getting cultivating 8. Now, to be fair, there is like 3.2 million crops left to farm, but still. And another thing that I was thinking about is after getting cultivating 8 on this one, maybe I can start doing other crops just so that I can get like crop milestones and then use those for garden XP or even farming XP, you know? Like I have all of my crops are around like milestone 20, and the ones that I haven't even farmed manually are at like 15 or 16, so these will be pretty easy to level up. And they actually do give a decent amount of like garden XP, so I think that would be something that I'm going to do for the next episode though, as again I do have cultivating 8 to go for on this fungi cutter, so I have to be farming mushrooms for quite a long time. But yeah, let's just go ahead and keep on grinding for now. We'll see how everything goes as far as garden and cultivating. Alright, there we go. We are at farming level 47. The timer is now sitting at 10 hours and like 7 minutes. So it did take a little less time to get to farming 47 than it did for 46. And the reason for that is the quality of the visitors. So as I said in the last clip, it took 3 hours to get from farming 45 to 46. But from 46 to 47, it actually took 2.5 hours, almost 2.5 hours. Which means, again, it took less time to get to 47 than it did to get to 46, and 47 actually requires more XP, so it doesn't make sense, right? So the reason why that happened was because of the fact that the quality of visitors was just better. I got more legendary visitors here, and I also got the mythic visitor called Maeve, if I can find him. Yeah, it's right here. So he visited once and gave me like 100,000 farming XP, and that simply put me way ahead of where I was when I was trying to get farming 46, and that's why it took a little shorter amount of time. The amount of fermentos that we got is actually insane too. We've got like 8 fermentos right now. We can sell that for 2 million coins, which is amazing. And these are the items that I got from the visitors. Turbo wheat, I mean, I don't think that's really going to be that different if I insta sell it or just put up a sell order for it, but we're going to sell order it. And then we also got ourselves a flowering bookway, so we're just going to sell that. And then what else do we have? Arachne fragment, of course. We dropped a slug pet from doing the pests, which was absolutely amazing. I'm probably going to add this to my pets menu because I don't have a slug right now. And then I also got all of these fine flowers, which I don't know what they do. And I read it, it says you get with like wheat fortune if you give them to Caroline. I think I'm gonna get this whenever I feel like maxing out all of the fortune. For now I'm just gonna sell it for money, and then we'll see how much we get. I also have a bunch of money in mushrooms. I have like 3 million coins in mushrooms, so let's go ahead and sell that. We're at 24.4 million coins. I think this is a good time to actually go ahead and get myself a recombobulator as well as a couple of gemstones to unlock the gemstone slots. So I'll go over the gemstone slots first. Let's see, what do I need for it? Alright, so 60 peridot gemstones in total and 150,000 coins. I don't think 150,000 is going to be a problem. The 50 fine peridots, that's a little more expensive, but I don't think that's going to be a problem either because we have 24 million coins again, so it's not that big of a deal for us. I also have a bunch of these that sold for 350,000 coins, another bookworm's favorite book that sold, and then all of these are also selling as well. I'm just going to reset this order just in case it's not the top order right now. But yeah, that is the plan right now, is to unlock the gemstone slots for this. I'm probably going to get flawless for it because I have the money for it. In terms of cultivating, we are almost done with cultivating 8. 1.5 million more crops and we'll get cultivating 8. One thing I do want to mention is my collection is also at a very interesting number. We're at 12 million collection, almost at 13 million mushroom collection, which is absolutely insane. So there's that, and then we also have our order that just filled. Let's go ahead and unlock the gemstone slots right now. There's 1 and there's 2. All right, cool. And then we are gonna just put it here and buy ourselves 2 flawless peridot. There we go. I would get the perfects, but the perfects are pretty expensive, so we're just gonna deal with peridot for now. And then what else do we have? We also have a recombobulator that we need to buy, so let's go ahead and do that. Recomb 1 and set up the buy order. Okay, so that should fill pretty easily. It's actually at 11 million coins. Normally it would be at 9 million coins, but it seems like it's a bit inflated right now. It's fine, I don't really mind. As a matter of fact, I don't really mind even insta buying it, so let's go ahead and do that instead of just waiting for it. So yeah, there's that. And let's see, there's a fungi cutter, there's the recombobulator. All right, the fungi cutter is now a legendary fungi cutter. There we go. Now another thing that we need for farming XP, I saw this in one of the comments in the last video, is going to be the blessed fruit. So if I get the blessed fruit, that will give me the blessed reforge, which will add 5 extra farming wisdom to my farming tool. Buy price is at 900k, sell price is at 1.3 mil. I'm just going to insta buy it for 1.3 mil. I don't really care. So let's go ahead and just reforge it to blessed. I think if you hold this and then collect the visitors, the 5 extra wisdom does apply to the visitors as well, so that will be nice. Now one last thing that it's missing is going to be harvesting 6. So harvesting 6 is priced at 3 million coins. I'm going to insta buy that as well. Let's go ahead and just put it on there. Alright, there we go. And that is as much fortune as we can get on this tool. Let's go ahead and see what my fortune is sitting at right now. I am sitting at 895 fortune right now, almost 900 fortune. And that is considering that I also have 108 mushroom fortune. And I'm also not using a fortune bit, I'm using rabbit, right? So that's pretty amazing. I also have 6,000 copper. You know, leave a comment down below if I should spend the copper on getting stuff for money, or should I just like Iron Man my way to getting full green thumb equipment, because that is a lot of copper that I have to spend if I have to like Iron Man my way to it. But I might do it just like I did with the mining series where I Iron Man my way to a 655. I might as well go ahead and Iron Man my way to a full green thumb equipment just to be able to sympathize with the Iron Man players that are watching these videos. You know what? It seems like green thumb does give the most coins per copper, so I'm just gonna buy the green thumbs anyway, and then we'll see if we should just sell them or we should keep them for later. For now, let's go ahead and buy 4 of them. There we go. And I'm going to keep these in my 14th backpack slot because that's where the farming stuff were, as I mentioned in the last video. Oh, another thing. In terms of goal of reaching garden level 13, we are 50% of the way there, so we still have a lot of grinding to do. But with all that said, let's just go ahead and just keep on farming for now. Alright, another update here. So we are all the way to farming level 48 almost. We're at 47.95. We're almost on our way to getting farming 50. I have a lot of fermentos. I have a bunch of things that I can give these visitors, and if I do, they will give me enough XP for farming 48. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, there's 2, there's 3, and boom, there we go. We are at farming level 48, which is pretty amazing. I'm gonna go ahead and complete these visitors as well. So in the last clip, the stopwatch was at what, 10 hours and like 10 minutes or something like that. So this means another like 2 hours and 40 minutes it took for me to go from farming 47 to 48, which again, as I said, it depends on the quality of visitors and how much XP they give you. So if they give you more XP, it takes a shorter amount of time. If they give you less XP, then it takes longer. I still have yet to get a level where it takes like 3 hours. I feel like I just got really unlucky with that one level that took 3 hours. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take out everything I have here. So a bunch of fermentos here, Jacob's ticket, a bunch of stuff that I got. I got another burrowing spores here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and sell all of these just to see how much money I can get from them. There we go, 3 mil from fermento if it sells, of course, and then burrowing spores is gonna be what, 2.5 mil. Okay, there's that. And then we have what else, a Jacob's ticket for some reason, and then a fine flower, which I will just insta sell. I got a pest terminator book, which I'm probably gonna sell again just because I don't want pests spawning more often. I don't like pests. I don't think they help too much in terms of farming XP either, so I'm just not gonna use them. But yeah, everything that sells for a bit of money I'm just gonna collect and insta sell to the bazaar. And then the fermentos, I might just like sell them to the NPC because they're at 250,000 coins, and that's like a little bit less than the sell price in the bazaar, so I'll just go ahead and do that. Alright, and we're left with 10 million coins, 10.7 million coins to be exact. And I also completed the goal of cultivating 8. So that goal is complete. In terms of the second goal though, which is getting garden 13, we're 67% of the way there, pretty close, but we're still having to do a lot more grinds. I might go ahead and get myself some other milestones as far as the garden goes. So let's go ahead and check. For example, let's see, sugarcane. I could probably get sugarcane 23. 23 for some extra garden XP. I could very easily get potato 23, carrot 22 as well. And then the rest, I mean, I don't have a farm for cocoa beans, netherwort, or cactus. For everything else, I do have a farm for. Other than pumpkin, pumpkin is just one plot. We'll see how that goes, but I'm definitely going to go ahead and try to get myself the carrot and the potato milestones just for some extra garden XP and farming XP. Alright, so let's go ahead and take out our tools for potato and carrot. So this is the potato hoe and then this is the carrot hoe. I do have high cultivatings on these. I have cultivating 8 on the potato hoe and cultivating 7 on the carrot hoe. The only things that we need are going to be gem slots as well as 2 harvesting 6 books for these two. So let's go ahead and get those. Alright, there we go with the gemstones, and I have the books right here as well. I'm left with barely 1,000,000 coins. I think I'm just going to insta sell the burrowing spores just so I have enough money for the rest of the visitors that do end up spawning in after I start farming again. So let's go ahead and sell these, even though it's like less profit than, you know, setting up a sell order for them. So all I need now is just 2 more fine gemstones to put in them, or 4 more actually, because 2 for each, right? And then let's go ahead and do that. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Okay, so there we go. We have gemstones in them too. And then all we need now is harvesting 6. Boom. And boom. Alright, there we go. So now we're ready to actually farm. Now after this, I spent the next 10 minutes farming potatoes. It only took me like 10 minutes to get to milestone 23 on potatoes. And then I started farming some carrots, and the carrot one took me like 20 minutes to get to carrot 22. But then I started farming sugarcane to get it to milestone 23, and that one was definitely not worth it. Now from the 2 potato and the carrot milestones, I got myself a total of 460 garden experience. For only 30 minutes, that is pretty good. However, for the sugarcane, I only got 230 garden XP, and that one took about an hour to complete. Now, in an hour, if I do my calculations correctly, I think that I can get more garden XP just farming mushrooms and doing visitors, because the visitors queue gets filled once every 20 minutes. And in an hour, that means it gets filled 3 times. That's 15 visitors. Even if I'm extremely unlucky and get like uncommon visitors every single time, that means I will get around like 225 garden XP. So it's not really that different than farming sugarcane and going for the milestone, except farming mushrooms, of course, I get more farming XP. So I did miss out on some farming XP by doing sugarcane, but that was just a test to see if milestones are actually worth it. I think milestones after milestone 20 or 21 are not worth it because they start to become a little difficult to get, especially when it starts to require more than 1 million crops to level up. So I would say anything below that, yeah, it's worth it for garden XP, but everything after milestone 20 is probably not worth it. The best way of getting milestones I found is just pests. Like doing pests gives you just a lot of milestones in general. I have never farmed netherwort on this garden ever, and my milestone is at 17 just from doing pests. So I would recommend for milestones just doing that and just farm mushrooms for XP. And that's what I should have done, but you know, I wanted to test it out and see if it's worth it or not, which again, it was worth it for the potato and the carrot because I was already close to completing them, but for the sugarcane, it wasn't necessarily worth it. And once I was done with the sugarcane, the timer was sitting at 14 hours and 14 minutes. So right at 14 hours and 14 minutes is when I go back to farming mushrooms. Alright, there we go. Perfect timing. Another update here. So we got mushroom crop milestone at 30. So that's pretty cool. And we got ourselves all the way to farming level 49 as well. So that is also pretty cool. I am now officially 4 million XP away from farming level 50. The timer is sitting at around 16 hours and 25 minutes. So that means it took us well over 3 hours to get farming level 49. And I'm getting a lot of bestiary milestones as well from doing pests, so that's pretty amazing. I also got a bunch of drops. Obviously these are going to be the fermento drops, and let's see if my fermentos sold from before. So 3 of them sold at that price. I'm going to sell the rest of them to the NPC, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, there we go. And then I dropped 2 burrowing spores, which I might just insta sell because you know, sell orders don't really fill on those, so let's go ahead and do that. Boom. Alright, there we go. And then the other ones that fill, tasty cheese and the pet cake, And then I'll also sell my mushrooms that I have in my purse, or in my sacks, sorry. In terms of garden XP, which is our goal, we are 92.9% of the way there. So I am pretty much done with garden XP as well. I'm pretty sure if I wait for the visitors queue to be filled like a couple more times, I'll be done with garden 13 as well. I am sitting at a solid 18.5 million coins, which is absolutely amazing. One thing I realized as well is that my angle in terms of left and right needs to be at around 164 or negative 164, and then my up or down angle is supposed to be at 5.5. The yaw that I showed in the beginning of the video, that one's good for if you want to go to the right, you have to hold W and D at the same time just so you go faster. But with this one, with this yaw, you can just go left or right. You don't have to go forward and right. But yeah, let's go ahead and keep on farming for now. I will see you guys once I get myself garden level 13. Alright, here we go with the final update of the video. So, we have all 5 visitors here ready, and I have all of the items required for all of them. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start giving them what they need. I'm going to start with the legendary one. Let's go ahead and do it. There we go. And then this, and this. Alright, there we go. So, we are 70% of the way there to farming level 49, or I'm sorry, it's farming 50, and we are pretty much done with Garden 13. We just got Garden 13 right now with doing all of those visitors. So, the goals for this episode were get cultivating 8, which we got. We're at 8 million crops farmed with the fungi cutter, and get Garden 13, which we're there right now. I'm going to go ahead and sell all of the mushrooms that I have in my sacks. That way we'll have 19.5 million coins. So yeah, there we go. That is pretty cool. And then I'm gonna probably go ahead and spend the 19 mil on flawless paradots for the armor. So let's go ahead and do that. We need 6 of them, and that's 15 mil. If I buy order it, how much would that be? What's the price difference? Let's see, 6 of them, and that's 12.5 mil. Okay, that is kind of a big difference. All right, I'll just put up buy order and we'll see if that fills. I think I'm gonna continue doing mushrooms just to get enough farming XP for like farming 60. I'm pretty close to farming 50 right now, but yeah, we'll see next episode what we end up setting as our goals. But for now, my most important goal is getting myself all 5 of these flawless gemstones and putting them on my armor. So let's go ahead and wait it out, and I will be back once these are filled. Alright, we're back. Alright, so take a look. We got all of the flawless paradots, so I'm just going to go ahead and go to the Mines of Devon. I don't know why I warped to Hub. I'm going to go to Mines of Devon and put these on. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5 and 6. Alright, there we go. So, a full fermento with full flawless. Now we're looking a lot better. I'm gonna check my fortune real quick. Just go to garden. Let's see. Farming fortune at 212. I don't think that's true. I don't know what's going on with my fortune. Alright, there we are. Let's check our fortune real quick. 956. Alright, mushroom fortune is at 110. So we are officially over 1060 farming fortune, which is really good, by the way. And I think if I can spend all of my copper, I think I can get myself more green thumb books, which, by the way, I should probably check out that backpack that I put my green thumb books in, because I have a bunch of fermentos in there that I need to sell as well. So there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and then the 4th one, will I get enough copper from this guy? No, probably not. We're just gonna add this to the 14th backpack and replace the books with the fermentos. Alright, there we go. I will just go ahead and put up a sell order for all of these, as they are selling for 287,000 each, so that's 4.5 mil right there. So yeah, once this sells, I will be at around 12 million coins. Also, another thing I forgot to mention is that the stopwatch is sitting at around 18 hours and 27 minutes. So it took me quite a long time to record this video. I think the stopwatch was at 4 hours and 40 minutes when we started the video, and right now it's at 18 hours and 27 minutes. That means 14 hours is how long it took me to record the clips for this video. So I would highly appreciate it if you guys could go down there and press that subscribe button right below the video. It would help me out a lot, and it's completely free. Without further ado though, that's it for me today. I will see you in the next episode. Peace.